Hey guys, welcome to my workspace. My name is Amal Masoud and I'm a fashion designer. So I'm in my senior semester of the fashion design program at FIT. So this is my thesis. I've been designing for like about 6 years. But between that, also styling and working in the industry as like editorial stylist assistant and working at Saks Fifth Avenue as a stylist. Designing is all about making the garment, like making the collection or the garment. The styling is just getting a whole bunch of different garments from like different name brands and whatever you want to use, and then styling a look together, like a editorial look. In high school, I was actually placed into a sewing class by accident. And I really went to my advisor and I was like, I don't want to do sewing, like take it off. I didn't ask for this. I was trying to get transferred out. She's like, I'm sorry, I can't change it for you. I ended up learning how to sew, liking it, joining the costume club, because I went to Edward R. Murrow, which is like an arts and theater school. So I joined the costume club where we made the clothes for like the school plays. And then I became like costume designer. Literally, I was applying to colleges for engineering, like engineering programs. And then last second, Kingsborough was the only one with a fashion design major. So I just took my application. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do fashion. I just went to Kingsborough for like a year and before I transferred to FIT. I did this in 36 hours straight, literally straight. It's crazy. But no, it's a process. It is a process, especially going from sketch to garment. You sketch it out and then you develop the sketch and then you do like your muslin, which is your pattern pieces in undyed, unbleached cotton fabric. And you basically do this exact dress that I have in that sample fabric and to check like the fit and the pattern pieces, and then from that you develop your pattern pieces and then transfer it to real fabric. Burning the leather and just cutting out the shapes. I had like manipulated the bodice, which is scrunched up, which means like I sewed lines vertically and then horizontally and then pulled the fabric so it like scrunches up, and then I cut the pattern pieces out from that. That part takes a long time, 2 or 3 hours just manipulating one, like the front bodice piece and like pulling all the strings and then cutting the fabric right. I wanted to create my own inspiration to base my designs off of. So I took that concept and put it into like 4 stages. So then I created these artworks with watercolor and ink that represent like the 4 stages, which is, first one is like awareness. The more aware you are about yourself, you realize like the bad parts of you, the negativity that you want to change. So I illustrated that in this, so you could see like the colors are dull. There's like, this reminded me of like brain neurons, because with awareness, it's also like, I like the brain inspired me also. Really negative and inky and like really dark. And then next part is wisdom. And so for this one of Athena, the goddess of wisdom, one of her symbols is an olive tree. And one of the symbols of Palestine is an olive tree. So I wanted to incorporate that. So I illustrated like olive tree roots growing into like a cranium scan for wisdom. After that is like reformation. And so like this is just illustrated like your aura and your energy and like reforming yourself to like be who you want to be and all of that stuff. And so like you also see more color throughout like each stage. And then after that is like rebirth, which is like pure and just really like fresh and lively and all of that. And then I also just kept on developing the concept. This is my customer profile, so this is who I'm designing for, which is also inspired by me and like where I want to go. Quick like mood board to give you the sense of like what her life looks like, which is also part of the design process. You need to know who you're designing for. I'm very like, lines inspire me. Like I like lines, like really straight, clean lines. All my paintings, like they all had some sort of line work in it. I really don't know what it is about it, but it really inspires me so much sometimes. Like sometimes I could look at a line and be like, wow, like bro, do you see this? It's mad beautiful. And they'd be like, there's a line. I'm like, no, but look how straight it is. Like, it's amazing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think the most challenging thing is being true to yourself. You could really get lost in the industry, and you can really be influenced by trends. You should be somewhat on trend, but to like be designing specifically for trends or be designing specifically so you could sell. I mean, if your goal is money, so be it. But if you're trying to be a true designer to yourself, it would be sticking true to yourself and your vision, no matter where that falls with the industry. The industry can be really overwhelming and really intimidating. For me, I don't care who's the top models, I don't care who the top brands are. The industry needs a reformation. I know a lot of people that I'm in school with right now are on the same level as me, so I'm really hoping that together there's really change in the fashion industry. Like, I want to see it more sustainable, I want to see it more ethical. Like, I'm done with these, like, the sweatshops in Bangladesh, China, India. Like, these people are still living these lives where they're getting paid like 10 cents an hour, slaving over machines with horrible work conditions, horrible benefits, no benefits, if any. There's a bunch of different ways you could be more sustainable and less wasteful as a designer. So for example, there's a designer, he goes by Zero Waste Daniel, and what he does is uses like the tiniest pieces of scraps. He uses all his scraps, sews them all together, and then cuts the pattern pieces from the scraps. So he's using his waste. A lot of people don't know how to style or don't know their style, and so they're constantly buying trend after trend after trend, and like just sticking in what's in trend and sticking in like what they see influencers wearing. But like, find your own style. Like, that's another thing, is like there's barely originality these days. Everyone looks the same. I know for a fact you have 10 amazing, great looks, at least 10 you can put together with what you have in your closet. Yeah, just stop shopping so much. Like, you could definitely cut it down, start styling more, look up some styling tips, and also recycle your clothing wisely. Don't just throw it away. I hope to be part of the change of the fashion industry because it needs change desperately, and it's only going to take designers like me to do that. So yeah, in the future I hope to be reforming the fashion industry. Express yourself. That's what I want to say. Everyone should express themselves.